We are also continuing to follow a deadly officer-involved shooting in Tuscaloosa. We first told you about the breaking news Thursday night at 10. Today, we learned more about why the officer pulled the trigger. WIAT 42 News reporter Stefan Dingle is in our Tuscaloosa newsroom with the details.
Good evening. Police and witnesses say 50-year-old Jeffrey Tevis was having a mental episode after he almost pushed a police officer off of a second-floor balcony and attacked him with a spoon. Now, the officer was able to push Mr. Tevis back toward the apartment where they both fell down. The two continued struggling, and eventually the officer was able to stand up and back away as the struggle continued. The officer immediately deployed his taser, striking the man in the abdomen area. Again, according to witnesses, the taser had no effect on him as he stood up and yanked the taser prongs from his body. Now, Mr. Tevis then began charging toward the officer, who began to retreat.
Witnesses stated Mr. Tevis raised his hand over his head, holding a large metal spoon in a threatening manner, and rushed the officer. At that time, the officer pulled his duty weapon, and as he was backing away, and fired 2 shots, striking Mr. Tevis, causing him to immediately fall down.
Now, the man was later pronounced dead at the scene. Based on statements from a family member, it appears the man had engaged in self-destructive behavior immediately prior to the arrival of the TPD officer, who has been placed on administrative leave. Now, earlier today, Jeffrey Tevis's wife, who was not home at the time he died, returned here to the scene, and she was visibly upset. She did tell me that she gave a statement to police, and at this very moment, she's planning the funeral arrangements, which is set for next week. In Tuscaloosa, Stefan Dingle, WIAT 42 News, coverage you can count on.